Hello and welcome back, travelers, to more Genshin Impact. My name is Denny, and today we're playing through the last Archon Quest in the chapter 1 that is called The New Start Approaches. This is Act 3, called The Floating Palace. So far, we got to go to the Mount Changhang. I pronounced that wrong, didn't I? Because we were invited with the emissary of Ningguang, the Ganyu. So yeah, we're gonna climb the mountain and see what's up. Okay.
Look up there! That's the Jade Chamber!
Jade Chamber. How is it floating? What keeps it up in the air? Is it helium?
This is bad. Paimon's supposed to be your guide, but Paimon doesn't know where the way up to the Jade Chamber is!
Eagles. You're only realizing that now. You should have asked Ganyu, right?
Well, since we want to go to the Jade Chamber, heading to its location on the map is the sensible thing to do. Let's look around. There has to be a way up there nearby.
Okay, that's true. Search for a way up. Oh, I see the floaty boy. Oh no, I don't have the animal. I don't have the animal power activated.
Look! There's some sort of mechanism thingy.
Oh no.
Since this is the right place, it must have something to do with the Jade Chamber.
Looks like some sort of trap. No, come on.
Yes, this must be the way.
Oh no. Oh no. I have to go and change from the Geo to animal. Oh well, I'll be right back. Oh, the pain. Come on, Venti. I need your powers. Please. Thank you, Tom Deaf Bart. Appreciate it. This is pain. The mountain is so high. God damn it. Okay, now we can do this by the power of the animal Archon. Yeah, those rings kinda unnecessary.
Huh? It only takes us up to here. Aw, if that wind current was stronger, we'd be able to reach the top in one go.
I don't think so. Maybe the stamina is not there. Back to Liyue, please. No.
Huh? Why?
The way up shouldn't be a secret or...
Oh, Paimon gets it. If it was a secret, Ganyu wouldn't have let us try to find it ourselves, right? Alright, let's follow your plan. Then we can... Oh, hang on a moment. Look down there.
What is
Looks like we've gotten close to the Qixing ballista.
it?
Paimon has a new idea.
Do we shoot the palace
Why
down?
don't we shoot you up to the Jade Chamber
Oh,
using the
no.
ballista?
Do you really hate me that much, Paimon?
No. Paimon may have just forgotten to think about
trying
the
to
safety
kill me?
measures.
You floaty emergency food? Still, I
That's
remember
right.
the
Now that
ballista.
you mention it, we could use the Qixing ballista to see if there's another way up nearby.
True. Because of the census. Oh, there are military guards guarding the ballista now. I mean, that's smart.
Halt!
Hold right there.
Who
Criminals come.
trespasses on these hallowed grounds?
I mean, we just repaired the ballista. You should be thankful. Hello, what now?
Exactly. What are you talking about? We're invited guests. What makes you think you can treat us like this? No. Wait.
Oh, I
Maybe this
didn't
was
have...
Ningguang's plan all along.
Oh no.
She pretended to invite us to the Jade Chamber, but set up a millilith ambush here to arrest us.
I'm quite sure that's not the case. We haven't explained the invitation to them yet, that's true.
Now Paimon's mad. You, over there. This is a trick, isn't it? How shameless.
What? We're just on guard duty. What do you mean, shameless?
What nonsense! Seize these suspicious intruders at once!
Well,
Aren't you guys
here they
twins?
come. Line them up and knock them down.
You have nothing on me, boys. Hold this for me, please.
Witness the pact, huh?
What better way to let them know we're friendly than to just attack them?
This is order.
Wave 3 incoming.
Bested.
Got them.
Stop! What's all this about?
A new character.
Lady Qixing, these
Qixing.
two strange people suddenly appeared. They seem to have designs on the Guizhong ballista.
Who are you calling strange?
Everybody's strange in this place.
You want to go to the Jade Chamber?
We are
Who are you?
guests.
We're invited guests here to look for the Liyue Qinxing.
Indeed.
Who are you?
You cat girl.
Well, as it happens, I am one of the
Oh,
Liyue
okay.
Qixing.
Oh,
I'm
Interesting.
Qixing, the Yuheng of the Qixing. I know of you, traveler. You're Ningguang's
We
guest,
are.
yes? Didn't expect to meet you here in the mountains.
wow. Paimon didn't think we'd meet some super rich big shot out here in the middle of nowhere either.
Okay.
The Guizhong Ballista in Tianheng Pass has long been in disrepair, and yet it was fixed in a single night. I came here to investigate that
You're
occurrence.
welcomed.
These Millilith are just here to guard the scene, not to arrest anyone.
So this was all a misunderstanding? Paimon never would have thought.
Oh, Paimon, you're not thinking very hard.
Anyway, for a mortal to be able to repair an adepti mechanism is quite the mystery, even to the Qixing.
That was...
Shh, Paimon. Shh.
Huh? Oh, right. So, Lady Yuheng, might you have any idea why Lady Tianquan invited us to go to the Jade Chamber?
You hang
Just call me
Tiancheng.
Qixing. I'd say that Ningguang's purpose is to request that the savior of Mondstadt take a more neutral stance. Or at least, to not wholly side with the adepti.
Mm-hmm.
We're not taking sides. We spoke with the Adepti. They want to protect Liyue as well.
When you say protect, you're referring to their sanctimonious arrogance, aren't you?
Huh?
Hmm.
You are mortals
So you're
and
not on
thus
good
under their
terms?
protection. There was no way they would have regarded you as someone with the ability to assassinate a god. Naturally, they would also regard Ningguang's locking down the area, questioning the citizenry, and pursuit of the assassin to be pointless work.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps they even wonder if there might be a cover-up.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say it like it is. They're underestimating us.
Well,
Are they?
you've got a point there. Still, this is the first time Paimon's seen a person from Liyue who doesn't respect the gods or the Adepti.
Mm-hmm.
Should I respect the shallow sense of time and condescension to mortals that has caused them to delay in moving against us, Qixing?
What?
Forget it. I shouldn't speak of them this way. This skepticism is mine alone, and Ningguang does not share it.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, I will admit that the actions of the Adepti this time were quite restrained. Rex Lapis's death is indeed an extraordinary circumstance. But to think that they would call for a council of Adepti rather than come down here directly.
Oh yeah,
How
that I agree
surprisingly
with.
civilized of them.
That I agree with. Yeah, what about Ningguang?
Well, for Ningguang, she would talk anything and everything out if she could. But I doubt we can do that here. The time of the Adepti has long passed.
That's true.
If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue?
Another super bold statement.
Is it? It's
I'll
true.
stop here.
The truth is out there.
Honestly, I hadn't intended to say so much. But you're a good listener, traveler.
We only listen, we never
You should
talk
both be
anyway.
off to the Jade Chamber. Don't be late now. Ningguang's schedule is packed to the gills all the way till next year. The cream of Liyue's mercantile crop all see ascending to the Jade Chamber as the greatest honor. Each brings rich gifts as they visit, all to curry a little favor with Ningguang.
Well, how do we
Favor?
get up? We still don't know the way up. Favor, get serious.
But, wait, that's right. Greeting gifts are a staple of Liyue's culture. We need to get one. Not to curry favor or anything, just
Oh
to
no, another fetch
respect
quest.
Liyue's
Another fetch quest, is it?
All right. You can decide on your greeting gift yourselves. Let me tell you how to get to the Jade Chamber first.
Yes, please.
You didn't actually have to come to Mount Tianheng. Go back to Liyue Harbor. Find a guide at the Yuehai Pavilion, and...
Mm-hmm.
Well then. May we meet again, traveler.
Okay.
Well, that Yuheng may not respect the gods, but Paimon thinks she's a pretty cool person.
Yeah, she is. I like her. She made a good impression. That's true. I agree with her.
So, what should we Ningguang when we see her.
You really have shifted focus, haven't you, Paimon?
Oh, right! Paimon dreamed of an amazing snack last night. Sugar frosted slime!
Slime?
Paimon has a feeling that it would be perfect for a super rich person like Ningguang.
We are poor,
Why don't
Paimon.
we go with that for a gift?
We are poor. Do you have the recipe?
Nope. But Paimon's sure that we just need to make it with some boom shakalaka. Let's go gather ingredients. Time waits for no one, and neither will our riches.
Maybe we can get Zhangling to do it. Can you cook it for us, Zhangling?
Ooh, look at that slime. It looks crystal clear and very delicious.
So the first thing we need is the slime. Okay. The second thing,
Is it just Paimon? Or is there a sweet fragrance in the air?
I don't know.
Huh? Did you hear that?
It sounded like someone was singing.
No, that was definitely someone in trouble. It came from those ruins over there.
Oh no.
It looks like the treasure hoarders have locked someone inside.
Let's kick their asses. Not on my watch.
There's no end to stabilize.
Got them killed. So we can open the cage and then we need the extra sweet flower. Is this a different quest? I feel like it is.
Thank you for your help, kind travelers. If you hadn't come to my aid, I surely would have rotted in this cell. Those treasure hoarders. When their mood was good, they'd rearrange those pots of sweet flowers. When they were in a bad mood, they'd rearrange my face.
That sucks.
Nothing. No need to thank us all at once or anything.
I understand. Don't worry. I will compensate you both.
Really no
Don't say
need.
that. I only escaped this predicament because of you. I'm Meng Dan, a supplier for Qixing jewelry in Liyue Harbor. I often walk around these mountains in search of antiques. I never
Riches?
expected that those treasure hoarders would have their eyes on the same ruins that I had. Before I knew it, they'd caught and imprisoned me.
Maybe
Is
you
there
can
anything
pay
that
us
you
some more.
Antiques, treasure, various knickknacks, you name it. Well, as long as you want what I have to offer, of course.
We need some more. We are poor.
Wait a moment. Actually, we are looking for something.
Huh? And what might that be?
Do you have a box that can store presents? We'd like a pretty one. The kind that you can use to store snacks.
Of course we do. How can one sell antiques without gift boxes? At Qixing Jewelry, we have the best gift wrapping service in the 7 nations. Now
Okay.
just give me a moment and I'll let the boss know. You can go see her whenever you require that box.
Great! Paimon's sugar frosted slime now comes in a beautiful package.
Okay, and the last thing is the flower in itself. Let's take the order. Hello, lady.
Hey there! A guy called Meng Dan told us that we could get a nice and shiny box from your store.
Uncle Meng already told me about it.
Uncle
Thank you
Monk.
both for
I
saving
was
him.
thinking it's his
Many
daughter,
of the best
actually.
goods in our store were found by Uncle Meng. If
Such an
anything were to
adult
happen to him,
voice she
it would
has.
be impossible for us to continue doing business. Here, this container is itself an antique, with at least 140 years of history. It's already been cleaned. Will it do?
Of course.
Yep, it's great! Hang on a moment. Could we borrow one other thing?
Sure, please help yourselves, as long as it's on our shelves.
Traveler, this clay pot looks really awesome. If we use an antique as our mixing bowl, we should be able to make a great snack.
Oh no, don't use it for cooking.
The one and only sugar-frosted slime! Carefully now. Into the box it goes and dust it over with a bit more powdered sugar.
Oh yes, you might want to use these 2 freshly picked flowers as decorations too.
Do they actually eat the slimes?
Woohoo! It looks beautiful!
How do you reckon the slime tastes like? Like, well, what would be the taste? Like a jelly? I think it would be like a jelly, perhaps.
Great! Now that we've put all that we've got into this box, let's go to the Jade Chamber to see Ningguang.
Ningguang. Icing on the slime? Okay, fair enough. Well, now it's time to ask the guy to take us to the Jade Chamber, so yeah. Hello?
According to Qixing, this is what we should say. Excuse me, do you sell the moon here?
Yes.
The look.
How many would you like?
It's not convenient to speak of numbers here.
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber.
Okay.
Yes, speaking of which, are you two the guests that Lady Ningguang has arranged to meet with today?
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guests, but for the Yuheng. What's going on here?
So that was Qixing's personal code to get to the Jade Chamber.
I've been waiting for you, returnee from Joyun Karst.
It's
I was
Ningguang.
not expecting her voice to sound like that.
Since this is our first meeting, we've prepared a gift. I hope you like it.
Oh, for me. You have my thanks. It seems that I have made things difficult for you, considering that you were supposed to be my guests.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, it's nothing.
Nice place you got.
I'm glad you like it too. This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. From this vantage point, one may survey all of Liyue.
Is it
I
held
have
in
been
the
gathering
air
the funds necessary
with
to build it from the
helium?
time I began learning the merchant's craft. And since becoming the Tianquan, I have spared no effort in hiring the best craftsmen to constantly extend it. At first, it was but the size of one room. Now, it is large enough to blot out the moon in the skies above Liyue. One day,
A floating
I believe it will
fortress.
overshadow all 7 nations.
Oh no.
Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. But I have been in correspondence with the acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, who spoke highly of you. As such, I
Indeed
have
she
been
should.
putting eyes and ears out ever since you reached Liyue.
What?
And I finally got wind of your movements when you were on the way to Wangshu Inn.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, was Vergoldet one of your people?
Just Vergoldet? No. Everyone at Wangshu Inn is one of
Hmm.
ours.
Okay. Even Zhao?
At the Guizhang Ballista, yes?
You weren't peeking on us from the skies the whole time, were you?
I fear that peeking would have been a little difficult from this altitude. Our eyes and
Spies
ears are more than
everywhere, I say.
sufficient. You two are very interesting people, after all. It would be natural to take an interest.
Qixing said that the Qixing would not wish ill on Rex Lapis.
Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the adepti.
I mean,
The reason I invited you here was to clear up some misunderstandings.
I only don't trust the Fatui. I'm fine with the Qixing and the adepti. Sky's the limit. I don't know if it's supposed to be raining, but it's hella cool.
I believe that you've heard of the Archon War.
The broadest of strokes. I don't know what that means yet.
Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them that did not abate until 2,000 years ago. Much blood was shed, and many
Oh,
lives were
lore.
lost.
Give me some of that sweet, sweet lore.
In the end, only 7 victors remained standing in
Mhm.
Tibet. They built cities and nations on the corpses of the vanquished, and thus began the era of the 7.
Mm-hmm.
You can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. It is no natural rock formation. Those are giant spears of rock hurled
my
by Rex
goodness.
Lapis during the war.
That's so cool.
Beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those days, gods that failed to seize the title of Archon.
Hmm.
Not only is it true that gods may die, But so too has the membership of the Seven changed over the last 2 millennia. Rex Lapis's passing is an unimaginable disaster for Liyue. But the Order of the Seven will not collapse.
Yeah, I
simply
would guess
because of
so.
that.
I would guess as much.
Another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? When that time comes, the relationship between the people of Liyue and the gods and adepti will surely be different from before. Even in a new era, the Liyue Qixing remain Rex Lapis's former subjects. Do you really think us capable of having played a part in his demise? Of lacking the foresight to see the certain repercussions?
Actually, no. I don't see a reason why would you want to assassinate him. That's kinda, you know, just why. I mean, maybe like Qixing had a part, but she was not really interested in that, even so. So, yeah.
That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. Even I was caught completely off guard. You were there, you no doubt saw. But our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor.
The
If we
Fatui.
do not act against them now, they will surely gain the upper hand. Hiding the Exuvia was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative back.
And they know
To
where
play
the
the
Exuvia
spider while
is
our
as
foes
well.
scurry
To
about.
Tartaglia, no.
Who's this enemy you're talking about?
Northland Bank.
What do you think, traveler?
With the second one, we were suspicious of Tartaglia.
Huh? What are you two talking about?
Well answered.
Huh?
The scenery out here is fine indeed, but the wind is a little strong. Our preparations to receive guests within are complete. So please, this way.
Some food, finally. Someone knows how to treat a guest.
Wowee! What a huge hall! Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
Indeed, it is a very fancy place. This looks like it can be accessed after the quest is complete as well. So that's good. Very cool, very cool.
Be at ease, you two. Make yourselves at home if you wish.
Finally, some civilization.
I have invited you two here as friends. And when friends come over to play, our enjoyment
Play?
comes first. Naturally.
It is that what I think it is.
Ooh, isn't this that legendary wall?
Why, you've kept your ear to the ground, I see.
That's because even the storytellers are talking about it. Everyone's after a piece of paper from that wall. It's super famous.
Super
That's
pointless.
because that wall records Leo's secrets. Merchants have always been attracted to secrets. But the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest to you, are they, traveler? You're
What do you
rather
know?
special, really, and I think you're quite aware of that. If possible, I'd like to have your trust.
Well, earn it.
But if you were to choose the more trustworthy person between myself and Qixing,
You know, Qixing was fun, not gonna lie. For me personally, I would go with Qixing and her skepticism of the divine.
you'd pick Qixing? Nah, I had a feeling. I originally thought her a bit too hard-headed. With someone of her character on the Qixing, I've had some extra messes to clean up behind the scenes. But after she said those words, the time of the adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth,
I mean, it's
then
the
what
same
future is there
answer
for
we
Liyue?
told Zhongli,
Well,
so
I must
true
say that
to our
quite a few
words.
of my doubts have been dispelled. I won't deny that Rex Lapis's passing seems advantageous to us. But for Liyue's sake, we cannot allow ourselves to be shackled by rumors of our usurpation of power.
I surmise that the Fatui has a hand in these rumors.
Indeed. It seems that you understood what I meant to say from the very beginning.
Yes.
I called for the gag order and for
The
the
same thing
Exuvia to be
happened in
hidden to
Mondstadt.
temporarily stabilize the situation, and also to prevent something similar to the incident in Mondstadt.
Yes.
With Rex Lapis's death, the Fatui have busied themselves with many clandestine actions beyond their diplomatic remit. As the Tianquan, one responsible for Liyue, I cannot be too concerned with appearances when opposing them.
Mm-hmm.
Allowing the rite of parting to take place was also meant to buy some time for us to take control of Liyue's administration.
It's
Oh, you are a
exactly as
wielder
Jean-Louis
of the
said.
vision as well.
Qixing only provided the venue for the rite, so they could use us for their own ends.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that's right. Speaking of ends, could I say one other thing?
Of course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in return. So,
Yeah,
does that include us?
Well, you are cheap, but at least if we can get some more.
It's all right.
See,
like
that's
direct people.
Geo vision right here on her chest.
Well, we have made quite a bit of trouble for you recently. How about this? You can pick any one object here as you please. And you may take it with you.
Yay! Paimon was just waiting for you to say that.
What is there?
Let's see, what should we get? One of the sheets on that wall.
That's the first thing you want.
Don't look at Paimon like that. One of these sheets of paper will sell for crazy prices, even if it's only as large as Paimon's fingernail. Just imagine how much more a whole untorn sheet would
How are we
sell
gonna
for.
prove that it's like, you know, original?
Let's grab one, the biggest one.
Take a piece of a paper snow. Check it.
Huh? Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet is right up there in the most obvious spot. Let's go with that one.
I think I know the place.
La 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 la. Let's see what's written on it. Huh? There's a place marked with a circle on here. Oh, could it be treasure? Whatever it is, it better make us filthy rich. Let's see what's written over here. Sigil of permission, something, something, Fatui, research, copy.
Huh?
Huh? Aw, that doesn't sound like treasure at all.
A Fatui camp?
This piece of paper shows that a Qixing spy discovered traces of classified Fatui research on the Sigil of Permission. Oh, Ningguang did say that the Fatui have been up to all kinds of mischief in the shadows of Liyue. Spreading rumors.
So they want to
their
get
hands
close
on
to
the
adepti
Archon's
with the
body
sigil
and
of permission. Okay.
But research on the Sigil of Permission? Paimon wonders what they're up
They
to.
want to turn the adepti against the
Speaking of which,
Liyue.
there's also some connection between you and the Sigil of Permission. Seems there's still more for us to find out.
Ningguang is clearly trying to steer us there.
You really think so?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's a big
Should we not
fucking
go there?
circle in the middle of a room.
Oh, so you're saying that it's precisely because we can't completely trust Ningguang that we should confirm the truth of what she says for ourselves. That's way out of Paimon's league. Paimon thinks she's
Inception.
been nothing but good to us. Anyway, we'll see if you're onto something.
Plans within plans.
Before we look for Zhongli at Dihua Marsh, let's go to the place marked out on these papers and see if the Fatui really are up to no good there.
Yeah, I agree, Paimon. Well, this place is nowhere near the body of water, but whatever.
There really were Fatui at the location written down on this piece of paper. And they look really mad at us too.
Disgusting.
Where is your research? Tell me. Oh, there it is. Shit. The last of you? Hopefully. Give me the paper.
There are so many talismans here. And some stacks of blank paper
They're printing
too.
money.
What are they for?
Yeah, they're reproducing the
I haven't seen
talisman.
this pattern before. But where?
I mean, we have it, right?
Oh, Paimon knows. It looks just like the sigil of permission the child gave you.
Oh, okay.
But how did a relic of the adepti end up in the hands of someone like Child?
Did he give us that? I thought the jungle gave us that, but whatever.
That's right. Cloud Retainer said that when the Lord of Geo created the sigil of permission, it wasn't to be used as some old relic. Talismans like that were once used in the Archon War to
True.
channel divine powers. Maybe the Fatui are copying the sigil of permission in hopes of achieving a similar effect.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to channel divine power in battle? Whew. That sounds pretty dangerous.
Yeah, this is snippet of a bigger plan.
Plot thickens.
Plot thickens,
We'll
yes.
need to keep an eye on Childe, that's for sure. Alright, that's enough sticking around here. We gotta go meet up with Zhongli soon. The last stop on our rite of parting preparations tour is Liyue Marsh. Let's go!
I can't wait to visit the Fatui's land one day. The Shneznaya's domain. So...
Right on time.
So why are we in a
I
marsh,
myself
Mr.
only arrived
Zhonglong?
moments ago. Did you enjoy your visit to the Jade Chamber?
Yes, we did.
It was so big and pretty and expensive. Paimon's never seen such a fancy schmancy place before.
Indeed. It's second to none in all of Liyue. Then you met with Ningguang, I trust? What did you talk about with her?
Everything.
She's super rich and so generous.
She told us everything.
She's very friendly.
Business people are always friendly, that's for sure.
Yeah, his take on Ningguang is quite different from Paimon's. He thinks that even the tactless Yuheng is more trustworthy than her.
Oh. So you also met with Qixing then? What did she have to say?
Spying on the Qixing, are we, Mr. Zhongli? Who do we trust here?
If Liyue at Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue?
What is our side? What is our stance on
No
this?
respect for the divine. Indeed, contrary to the ever-bold Qixing, Ningguang is more of a businesswoman at heart. Though they are both members of the Qixing. Although she's friendly,
Heads and tails.
there's no way of clearly discerning her true intentions.
Yeah, she has very high ambitions.
Yes, she has only relied on herself to rise to her current position. No ordinary person could ever achieve that. It's said that she's the one behind the constant expansion of the Jade Chamber. It's the second most important thing to her. Even if she ever gave up the position of Tianquan, she would never give up the Jade
And the floating
Chamber.
fortress.
The Jade Chamber is only second. What's the most important thing to her then?
Liyue?
Why, Mora, of course.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
All Ningguang talked about was the Fatui this and the Fatui that. She said that after Rex Lapis was murdered, the Fatui have constantly been trying to sink their fingers into Liyue, and that they aren't to be trusted.
They aren't.
That is how the Fatui have always been. It doesn't surprise me in the least.
And now they are trying to reproduce the sigil of permission.
No matter what they may be planning, you must be careful when dealing with the Fatui. Always be on your guard.
Very well.
So, is there anything we need to get for the rite of parting in Liyue Marsh?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is. Today, we'll be gathering wild glaze lilies.
No more gathering, please,
Well, why did we come all
Zhonglong.
the way out here? Doesn't the garden in Yujing Terrace have some? Even Qingse village has glaze lilies.
Yeah, I have so
right.
many on my
Paimon
person.
remembers that Madame Ping is always tending to flowers. Maybe we could ask her.
The teapot
No.
lady.
Those lilies have all been gardened by people. They won't do it all. Liyue Marsh used to be full of glaze lilies. It is a sort of joyful flower that listens to human song. Before the Archon War, Liyue Marsh was all
the
dry
war.
land and fertile soil. But the war caused landslides, and the land was flooded, turning it into the marsh you see now. Nearly all the glaze lilies were
Oh,
wiped
no.
out. Of course, there are some kinds of flowers that have been preserved and gardened by people in the city. But very few people know that glaze lilies
And
may
now we're
still
gonna be
found
one
in
of
the
them.
wild.
And we're gonna pick them
Wild
every
glaze
time I'm
lilies have
live on
the
stream
strongest fragrance.
on
If we want to follow the true
twitch.tv/DaringTheFool.
tradition of the rite of
Oh,
parting,
sorry.
We must grind up the wild lilies and place the powder in a censer of everlasting incense. But I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers.
You mean you need me to pick them up?
No, I need you to sing to them.
Oh.
Singing to the flowers will make them more fragrant.
So how good is your singing?
Are we a pro?
Why doesn't Paimon
Better than the
believe
tune
you?
the bot.
We'll only know once he starts singing.
We are outsiders from a different world. We have singing in our blood.
It's time to sing. Whenever you're ready.
Sing for me, sing for me, sing for me. That's fun.
What happened?
Certainly we tried.
These
Oh my
flowers are
goodness.
jumping. They look really angry.
Oh no.
Is it because you sang a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand here in Liyue?
It's raining and they're using the cryo. Oh no. Oh no. I'm not gonna be able to move at all. Oh my god, this is such a pain in the ass. No. Yes. Hold this. Yes. Yes, Jeanlin. Help me. No. Freaking flowers. No. Oh my goodness. There go the lilies.
Those weren't glaze lilies. Glaze lilies wouldn't hit people.
This little monster is known as a whopper flower.
Wappa flower.
Strange. These petals look interesting.
3 of them in one
The glaze
spot.
lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper flower for too long. The result seems to have surprisingly potent medicinal value. Let's collect what we can of these petals.
Want some as well.
That's nice and all, but will those petals be useful for the rite of parting?
Unfortunately, no.
Nah.
That's so lame.
Excuse me.
Hello,
Are
Ganyu.
you searching for glaze lilies?
Yes.
Oh, hey, it's... What's her face?
What's her face?
Kinda can't remember.
Greetings, Ganyu.
Yangu? Who's that? You've completely forgotten my name, haven't you? Ah, that reminds me. How was your visit to the Jade Chamber?
Well, it sure would have been better if you told us how to get up there.
Didn't I tell you the way? Surely
No,
I did.
you didn't.
Nope, we found the way on our own.
It isn't a secret, so perhaps you just assumed we knew.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I really did forget to tell them.
Huh. Something seems a little off about Ganyu.
What is that?
She's acting different from the first time we met. Where's her serious attitude now?
Ah, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the Tianquan. But now
Suspicious.
I am simply out on a stroll to see the flowers.
You came all the way out here to see the flowers?
She's a
Why not just enjoy
mimic.
the gardens of the
A
city?
doppelganger.
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. If I strolled through those lonely gardens now, I wouldn't be able to bear it.
A vision
Whenever
bearer.
my duties take me near Yujing Terrace these days, I draw the
Vision
windows to
bearer of
block
the
my view of
cryo.
the gardens.
Oh, sorry. We shouldn't have brought it up.
No, it's quite all right. I just haven't processed my emotions yet. When the Archon War came to its end 2,000 years ago, the first iteration of the Seven would gather in Liyue and drink with Rex Lapis. But 5 of those original 7 had already passed before Rex Lapis.
5
It's
past?
truly a changing of the guard.
Huh.
Yes. Now that the spirit of Rex Lapis has returned to the heavens, only
Oh.
Barbados of Mondstadt remains of the first 7.
Interesting.
The other 5, including Inazuma's Raiden Shogun, are no longer the same friends from 2,000 years ago. Of the current 7 Archons, the youngest is Sumeru's god of Dendro. He is
Sumeru's
merely
god of
500 years
Dendro?
old, whereas Rex Lapis was more than 6,000 years old at the time of his
God
passing.
of Dendro. The Dendro is not even available at the time of recording this. That's interesting that they say the name. Oh, they didn't say the name. Never mind.
This means that Liyue had been under Rex Lapis's rule from the moment it was first founded 3,700 years ago. The city has never had to bid farewell to its deity.
Hmm.
So what do you think of this farewell?
Huh? This is a little sudden.
Even the sky
As a
cleared up.
mortal, I've never dared to imagine a Liyue without Rex Lapis. But as an adeptus, I think I will eventually come to grips with reality.
You're an adeptus as well?
Since Rex Lapis
Okay.
has passed, the time of Liyue's contract with the gods and adepti has now reached its end.
Huh? Did you just say as an adeptus?
Yes, I am a mix of human and Qilin.
Mm-hmm.
Adeptus blood flows through my veins.
The horns, I guess.
I fought for Rex Lapis and the city of Liyue during the Archon War.
Okay, so you're
After the war
ancient?
ended,
I signed
as
a
well?
contract with Rex Lapis and took the position as secretary for the Qixing. I've continued those duties to this very
So
day.
you're how old?
Well, let's save that conversation for another day. You say that you are here looking for glaze lilies? I also know where wild glaze lilies can be found. See, I've just picked one myself. Here, you may have it if you wish.
Yes, please.
We dare not refuse it.
Zhongli is also old, I imagine.
Indeed, I did. I know this tradition well. In fact, I sang a local Liyue ballad to it.
Wow, so you really know your stuff too. Thanks, Ganyu.
No, it is you who I should be thanking. If not for this chance meeting, I never thought that I would be able to contribute to the upcoming farewell for our ancient
What is with
lord.
the bell on your
If
neck?
you would excuse me, I should return to my work now.
That's kinda, you know,
Good luck.
kinky. I'm not gonna
And that
judge,
just
but okay.
about does it. Our preparations for the rite of parting are mostly finished. Given the ease of picking glaze lilies, I think this was a fitting end to our tasks.
The
in more ways
broken
than
house
one.
in the background with the hilichurl tower next to it. Oh my goodness. Zhongli, you seem suited to working in agricultural development.
Yeah, Paimon can already imagine him starting a business in Liyue.
With no Mora.
I've had enough ventures in my life already. Beginning a new undertaking is always difficult at first, and requires no small amount of effort. And once business is at full steam, the stress of it all only wears away at you over time. So you must be careful to take the time to step back and re-examine yourself.
All the philosophy in
If
this
left
game is
The
real.
wear and tear on your heart may go well
Oh yeah,
past
so
mending.
true. Oh my goodness, this is why I love the
Zhongli
game.
sounds like he's already seen it all.
That's why I love the game.
I think it's about time we head back to Liyue Harbor now.
That's why I love it so much. So good. Well, we must be careful though. I don't think the Fatui are gonna be just standing around.
What happened? The city gate is swarming with Millilith and the Fatui?
Felix.
Ah, you're the consultant to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Mr. Zhongli, I presume.
Yes.
The Millilith are watching our every move now. These are desperate times. We mustn't act rashly.
Desperate times?
The adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the move.
Okay.
Do they intend to exercise force?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. Well, I say meet, but it's more like they're attempting to stall the adepti outside the city.
Oh my goodness.
However, both sides were quite obstinate and hit an impasse.
It seems inevitable, given the current situation.
The war is
The adepti
raging.
do
Oh
not
my goodness.
acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo-Archon. If the two sides come to blows, Liyue Harbor will be in no position to stop them.
Surely the Liyue Qinxing are not the sort to give in so easily.
Their boneheadedness is known throughout the lands. Yet it's because of that obstinacy that mortals and adepti are now on the verge of conflict.
And what now? How is it that the Fatui have come under fire?
That's all Ningguang's doing.
I mean, it's your doing.
She proclaimed
Come
that in
on.
these tumultuous times, the Millilith must rein in the actions of the Fatui.
Yes.
Only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? That's the Qixing for you.
Yeah, I guess it's too
Anyway,
late. The
Mr. Zhongli,
Tartaglia is on
you're
the
one of
move
Childe's
already.
close associates. Please understand that your actions will reflect on us. Don't let anyone catch you off guard.
It looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue Harbor.
We can't just stand by and watch. We're gonna
Do
get
you
in
intend
the
to
thick
use
of
your
it.
neutral identity as an intermediary between both sides? Or will you use your sword to turn the balance? Neither path is an easy one.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor has also been caught up in all of this. They're currently squaring off with the authorities at the gates.
Things are taking a turn for the worse. I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. I hope that Master Hu has been able to keep things under control for
Master
the
Hu?
moment. Consider your next course of action carefully, Traveler. If you're trying to prevent an explosion, it may be wisest to look for the fuse first.
Child.
Having connections with the Fatui seems to be quite the double-edged sword. So what does Zhongli mean by looking for the fuse?
The ginger guy, you know, Mr. Money. Mr. More money than sense child.
Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that wants to see the whole city turned upside down, it's definitely him.
Yeah.
He
One
must
of
be
the
waiting for
harbingers
the
of the
moment when
Fatui.
no one is watching to do something really bad. But where could we find him now? Where would he go at a time like this?
Exuvia. Teleport waypoint unlocked. Interesting. Go to the golden house. Imagine the fight between the Qixing and the adepti from the mountains. That would have been so sick to look at. Oh, the scenery in Liyue, I swear. It's beautiful. So this is the golden house. The place where all Mora is printed. And where they're hiding the Exuvia.
Wow! This is the golden house?
It is.
It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have
So much
guessed that it was
Mora.
even fancier on the inside? And so full of Mora. This is where all of Teyvat's Mora is minted,
Minted,
right?
not printed.
In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few Mora go missing.
If it were that easy, this place would have been emptied long ago. That's a shame.
Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky, tricky. Good thing Paimon's got you here. But even if we can't take any, we can still have a closer look,
Paimon's
right?
always trying to make us do something bad.
Or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora. It's like a dream come true.
Something feels amiss.
Oh, right. Back to business.
My spider sense is tingling.
Too quiet. Surely someone's gotta be guarding something as important as the Exuvia. Huh? Look! What happened here?
The Millilith.
Uh-oh. Paimon smells trouble. Quick! We have to go make sure that the Exuvia is alright.
Oh, so it's the whole dragon, okay. The whole dragon form.
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you
Tartaglia.
already seen enough trouble for today?
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way.
You're in my way, boy. Looks like I was just in time then.
Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly find this secret location, don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted effort? Stopping the Mora Mints, hiding away the Exuvia. The Qixing are really pulling out all the stops this time.
So you've been planning to take the gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled. She will get that which she desires.
Oh, no.
I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing you can do to stop me anyway. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. But I'm willing to do as the Tsaritsa deems fit. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure, and one that I am oh so delighted to be sharing with you.
I thought you
The
were a
battle.
friend.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for trouble, huh?
I was even a little
You
bit
could say
sad when
that.
we... Oh no.
Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt. She swiftly left the scene once her mission was accomplished. Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come running towards the sound of battle now, would she? When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences of her actions. But as
So we
for
are
me,
worthy
the
opponents.
greatest pleasure of being a Harbinger lies in crossing blades with strong opponents.
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you, Traveler. I'll just play along, to feel the thrill of battle. Besides, you could never defeat me, not
No.
even in your wildest dreams.
Nah,
But
we'll
hey,
see about
try
that.
to relish
We'll
the
see
fight
about
anyway,
that.
Because if you ask me, without that, what else is there?
Delusional.
Fighting talk, I love it! Now let's see you live up to it. This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with the Fatui Harbringer. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint.
Oh, I won't disappoint you. All this Fatui dick. Where are you? Is that a whale? What the frick? We have the whole Liyue on my side. The ordinary people, the royal family, the adepti as well. You're done for, boy.
Not bad. You've got it. Haha, good. No wonder Senora was so wary of you.
Oh, you
Well,
changed
that just means I can go all out. Brace
to
yourself.
Electra?
This
Okay.
is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger.
Come here, don't fucking run away from me now when I'm trying to do damage to you. Delusion unleashed. You're done for. Come on, that's not how it happened.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get.
How can you see anything through the mask anyway? Did we just use both of the powers, the Geo and Anemo at the same time?
Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected.
You fucker.
I'll be taking Morax's gnosis now.
It's gone.
I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
What the fuck?
This is going to cost you!
Oh, are you like what? One of the Decepticons? What is happening? Okay, using two elemental powers at once. We can do that. He can do it as well. All of a sudden. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I used all of my bursts just now, so yeah, let's just go.
The gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the gold mouse to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the gnosis over, now. Don't make me take it from you.
You're gonna say please. He definitely has a lot of HP. Oh, the whale incoming. Okay, we have all of the bursts now. Oh no.
Solidify. Order.
Hold this.
Witness the power of good one.
Come here, where are you? Come here. I can kill you. Finish this off. Merely a setback. Not so tough now, aren't you?
Look! Childe's back to normal again!
He's not normal, he's never been normal.
Well then, time to cool off. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was... And now that I consider them
No, I did not read that.
You never had any chance of beating me to the gnosis. You had no connection to the gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you! We didn't take it!
You
Your show of
motherfucker.
ability today far surpasses that of Senora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be?
Because I'm gradually restoring my former
You
power.
already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend. Even if our friendship can only be shown in battle against one another.
What? We gonna let him
That's
off?
not the normal way to make friends.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest still
Do we
beckons.
just...
Given that the gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the Exuvia to begin
What?
with. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of sorts.
He's not just gonna walk away, is he? Fake Rex Lapis still lives?
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say the least. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundaries of contracts. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept away in the process. The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. I seldom willingly involve myself with the weak. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui Harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone forest.
What?
God?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geo-Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo-Archon's stone spears ever since. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless without the protection of its deity,
We're not gonna let him do that.
Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing
Why are we
destruction?
listening to that?
The Archon
Why are
War
we...
ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by the Seven?
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of permission. Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
I saw your research with my own eyes.
Indeed. The one that
Just
was given
kill
to you
him!
was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated
Why
in
is he
one
still
place,
talking?
along
We
with
won the
that which was
fight.
bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time should be no obstacle. Using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my principles. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes matters a little more intriguing.
I don't understand. I don't understand. Why are we letting him do this? How can we let him do this?
Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
And he gets away as well. Oh.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast.
Shit.
What's going on?
The J chamber moving to meet the threat. Well, now this is epic, I'm not gonna lie. Oh no, are we fighting that?
If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have known which way to go. Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea? It hasn't destroyed Liyue yet, has it?
What are you doing here?
Hey, Zhao.
Huh? Hold on. It's the adepti.
Oh, the whole gang is here.
The Jade Chamber. Paimon thought you were arguing with the Qixing. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now. and unite against this common enemy.
Nice.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Liyue? Just seeing this overlord of the vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy, even from all the way out here.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle.
So, oh,
Which is
okay.
why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
Yeah.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing?
That's hella cool.
Scary.
That's Lovecraftian shit right there.
So will the power of the Qixing, Millilith, and adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is not necessarily.
You will die trying. Hell yeah!
The Guardians of Liyue. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Qixing did once research the matter of the Guizhong ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong ballista with one's own hands is here. For what could you mortals ever learn of adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
Oh, so the ballista is the
I suppose
key.
this is one blessing from the adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong
Yes,
ballista
please.
to fight off that god. All the adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now.
Yep.
Is she summoning the ballista? Yes. Fucking Fatui again.
They're attacking the Guizhong ballista.
This is epic.
The three adepti are manning the Guizhong ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too.
We adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? What wishes to witness?
That's scary, not gonna lie. It's interesting actually that the ordinary Fatui soldiers can wield the vision, or at least...
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
Well, there goes that.
Gather! The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
Oh, don't you worry.
How daring. Snetch and I's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
I like the sound of that.
The ancient god's attacking again. There are so many Fatui too. We can't look.
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Huh?
I mean, I could use some help.
Here, take this.
This is
Shockwaves?
energy.
Yes, please.
That light from your
Oh,
body.
yes.
It's like the tiny Julian cars. Wow, it's Madam Pink's shockwave. This granny's really strong.
Oh yeah, now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Rain outlines your fate.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
Ganyu blessing us.
So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight.
Aim means swiftness.
Oh,
Take my
so it's
power
all
and
of them.
run as I do.
Oh, they're stacking up. Where is the enemy coming from? The ballista shooting?
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Oh yes.
Look at me.
Nope, not looking. Not looking at you one last time.
Disappear!
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
Oh no.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
I wish I could kill them as fast without the adepti power. Oh, one of them is only at 15. Shit.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning.
Fight on, comrades.
Finally.
Once we finish this lot off, the adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
Oh, it's done.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
What's wrong? Yeah. This could have been a movie, I swear.
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
Oh no.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Oh no. Oh no. How epic.
Is it finally over?
I mean, to be honest, I thought the fight with Childe was pretty epic, but this was just insane. I was not expecting this to happen on Old God all of a sudden. All of the Qixing and adepti.
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here.
That's true.
Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's
There is no more
entire
palace.
life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qinxing.
The smile,
Seeing
the cheeky
the Jade
smile.
Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700
Oh, so it's no
years ago.
coincidence.
Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat.
So...
But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
Yes.
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebearers, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing
Where was
leaves many
Zhongli?
things
He's
of value
adepti
to
as
be
well.
inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
We're all on the same side.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
When there is discord between the Guardians and those they were meant to defend, harmony becomes very difficult to restore.
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt.
Yes.
It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
This is what we learn in the City of Freedom.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millilith. I have come to extend my thanks to the adepti. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might be.
That's nice of you.
Although
Very
I am
kind.
a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated adepti this day.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there.
That's so cute.
When danger is
The ending
here,
is
everyone always
glorious.
protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things that make the harbor so pretty. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are adepti.
Oh, okay.
Why
It
not?
must be hard being an adeptus. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the adepti for their protection. But it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the adepti have had a change of heart.
They'll listen to the people.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror of Demons. Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition.
That's probably
Fair
true.
enough. Away we shall, and return whence we came.
Since we adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart?
Indeed.
In my view, that is still a thing to be guarded against.
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh?
The adepti were quite reasonable in the end, but what about the Fatui?
It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one thing. Childe wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out.
Indeed.
But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own. So Rex Lapis never showed up. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death too?
We need to deal with the Fatui.
Hyman doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the adeptiless rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
Undertaker.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui?
It does.
Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this could only mean more trouble. We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
I wonder what the consequences to the Fatui would be like, and to the Teresa as well.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers?
Oh.
Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Look at that. Signora.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that.
Oh,
It seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Childe. And you're also one of the Harbingers?
Signora.
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name.
Does she have a vision? I don't see anywhere.
Right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
I still have time to take it back.
No, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements. And our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could handle. So it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the Harbingers are here.
Well, if it isn't you two...
Oh my goodness.
This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit
The doggo.
awkward, wouldn't you say?
Oh my goodness. I nearly jumped out of my skin, not gonna lie. The doggo, the scariest monster of them all.
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Yeah.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have
A
misled you,
sugar
but I
daddy.
never had anything against you personally.
Yeah, well,
Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't
No.
you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real
I'm
deceivers
gonna.
here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on.
Signora and Zhongli.
So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be
Morax.
so kind. The gnosis, please.
I had a suspicion. Agreement.
What in the world are you talking about?
A Geo Archon.
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
How sanctimonious.
Yeah, we had our suspicion.
What? So you're the Lord of Geo?
Yeah.
No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the gnosis to the Fatui?
What agreement?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
And why did you feign your death as well?
You don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky, and all of Liyue goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain.
Yes, do.
As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. I witnessed the founding of Liyue, together with the adepti 3,700 years ago. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Is that enough to make a god
As I began to consider relinquishing
give away
my
his
divine
power?
role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer.
So this was
So
all
I
a
feigned
test?
my own death, and gathered the cast of Childe, the adepti, and the Liyue
So we were
Qixing
all
play their roles
only
together
a
on the
pawn
stage that
of
was
your
Liyue.
play? Were you satisfied with the finale?
Indeed, I was. The
Some people
gnosis, which I had
died, you
kept
know?
for so many years, suddenly seemed to have lost its meaning. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
I was
So it
pleasantly
was
surprised with the
for the
finale
good of the
the show
people?
that you all put on. Why, you even deserved an encore.
Oh, please don't.
The adepti deserve the greatest applause, considering their years of seclusion. They hardly recognized the city, yet faced with such a crisis, they exerted the greatest amount of restraint. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even tried to understand the heart of the people.
You were not there.
And hats off to the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract, Signora. She managed to keep everything she knew in strict confidence, far from the eavesdropping ears of her colleague Childe, just as I had requested. All the while, I carried on as Zhongli, and fulfilled the traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for walking that path with me, traveler.
So, like,
These
what's the
things were all a
conclusion?
part of my script. The only unforeseen plot twist was the conduct of the Liyue Qinxing. I had expected them to do no more than the adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
I mean, that's true.
Sound good at all.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
We should have killed you.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight?
Are we not concerned that she's gonna get another one of the gnosis thingies from a Geo Archon and from Animal Archon as well? I feel like that's a bad thing that's happening. I can see a trend appearing.
Hey, haven't you learned the Liyue saying, don't always call it as you see it?
Well then, with the gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
So the contract was that
Now then, is there anything
they're
else
gonna
you wish to
cause
ask me?
an uproar and he's gonna give them the gnosis. Yes, we want to ask you things. What could possibly be worth a gnosis?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a gnosis.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Interesting. A cliffhanger at the end. I mean, the Fatui are gonna be expelled from Liyue anyway by the Qixing.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
I mean, that's true. I'm let down by Mr. Zhonglong. I'm really let down by the Mr. Zhonglong. I really thought...
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean, it's been 2,000 years since Rex Lapis subdued it.
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the heels of the incident with Rex Lapis, too.
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our lord and released that evil god might have been one and the same?
Now that you mention it, that's very possible. Yes, it's very possible indeed. I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the evil god to harm Rex Lapis. Oh, that wicked, black-hearted scoundrel. Still, what sort of supernatural prowess must this person possess to be able to do such things? I have never heard of such a person in all my years.
Ah, forget it. Guessing's no use to us. Look, the Millelith over there looks like he's about to make an announcement. Let's hear what the Ministry of Civil Affairs has to say first.
Oh, well, since we're going through with this rite of parting, I guess it means that those rumors hit the nail on the head.
So Rex Lapis is really... But they didn't catch the culprit, did they?
There is not one.
Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? You know what I think. I don't think any of the gossip on the streets you hear from those shady types is worth anything. There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui fellow. Youngish, pretty high in rank.
Yes.
I think they called him
Yes.
The Fatui?
Put the blame on the Fatui.
They certainly are very suspicious. Who knows what those greedy, crooked folks...
Yes.
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex Lapis won't be around to protect you this time.
Hear ye all! The Qixing's words. Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. This is common knowledge. Gods and adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. So too must they face divinely appointed trials. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered. Now, let
Is it gonna be the whole truth, though?
Having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. He beseeches the people of Liyue to grieve not and to let not their hearts be saddened. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Qixing's announcement said.
They say that Dragon Lapis wasn't murdered.
So that's how they're spinning it.
Something
feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Not to mention how this excuse sounds like something they just made up on the spot. Could the Qixing already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? But Zhongli said that neither they nor the adepti knew anything. Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis
Yeah, that's
changed
possible.
hands?
That's possible.
Right? Ooh, seems like the rite of parting has been going on for a while now. Let's go have a look.
It's all so complicated all of a sudden. It was so straightforward. Fatui bad, Zhongli good.
Look, it's Ningguang and Qixing. Are they saying something? Are their speeches over?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is also the end of an era.
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced to ash.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous. But blinded by our prosperity, we forgot that time can be pitiless.
the long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn to say farewell. Will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts? As we build a new age of prosperity?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way!
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young. The Liyue Qinxing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price. You deserve that much.
We want Mora and Paimon gems, please. Oh, we're not gonna take anything, are we? We're not gonna take anything.
Could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Oh. I totally forgot about our sister here. We're looking for the sister.
And to think I'd put my best perfume on before coming here, thinking you'd like it. But it seems as if those perfumes really were meant to be offered to Rex Lapis. Well, that's fine. Suffer no rivals in love, they say. And that's 3 gone in 1 stroke.
Okay.
Rex Lapis.
You're gonna
Rex
be
Lapis.
fine, you're gonna be fine.
Now that I think about it, if everyone's of the same mind as
Sell
me,
statues of him.
perhaps mementos for Rex Lapis might be the best short-term business opportunity.
Yes. What is the third one? Madame Pink.
As for the mortals and adepti of Liyue, what shape shall our relationship take from now on?
I don't know. Look for Mr. Jonglon.
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions, thinking that they'll never see Rex Lapis again.
They'll probably never see him again.
Looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700 years? Right. If the two of you can spare the time, I should treat you to a meal at the Xinyu kiosk.
Yes, please do.
That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout, but you'd have to pay out your nose just to stand inside Xinyu kiosk. Are you sure you can afford it?
You're right. I do like the Mora.
But why would Morax like Mora?
As
That's
the
what I'm
Rex Lapis
thinking.
Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, I should abide by the same rules that mortals do.
No.
When I was journeying with you,
Boring.
though I still had the gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon. So I had to rehearse a little for my new life.
Oh, no wonder. Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you've never had to. But since you weren't used to not being able
I was thinking the same.
make more Mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a parasite to society who lives off of other people's
A true hobo.
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it like that. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange knowledge, memories, and foresight, as well as positions, roles, and lives. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could, no matter how many times he descended to be with his people. I must thank you for that. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli, traveling the streets of Liyue with you.
I mean, it was a fine journey.
That is true. But there is no journey that does not end. No meetings without partings.
Paimon thinks that
And
we
what
should
about the
make a move and
Fatui?
continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed.
Closed?
Yes. The nation has been closed by order of its deity. The Electro-Archon Ball.
Ball.
And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she
Oh,
too
this
goes
is
by
it. It's
another
a
name
she.
among
Okay.
locals in Inazuma.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before. Raiden?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the shogun of the Inazuma Bakufu,
Shogun.
people call
well,
her the Raiden Shogun.
Basically a Japan.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't that bad last year.
How long have you been around for?
You're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just how did Inazuma become a closed nation?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
Tell me
When
more.
faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack of power. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, the gods will look upon them with favor. This is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the gods.
That's how people in Tibet see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the Vision Hunt Decree.
Vision Hunt Decree?
What does that mean?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of a statue of the 1,000-armed, 100-eyed god.
Jesus.
You want to seize visions? But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under the sole dominion of divinity.
Whoa, that's harsh.
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that could pose a threat to her eternal realm. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity.
Oh, wow.
Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods, and of these, eternity is nearest unto heaven.
Heaven.
All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
What about Childe?
Yeah, about that. Before the Qixing made their announcement, we listened to a lot of people talking on the way. Most of them put the blame for everything on Childe.
These are indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that Childe did send people to the Jade Chamber to prevent the adepti and the Qixing from defeating the ancient god. I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign relations front at the moment, browbeating the envoys of the Fatui. Ha! Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Childe's exalted position as a harbinger, I'm certain that they would have shifted all the blame to him and called for his dismissal by now. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
Oh, well. So, nothing happens to the Fatui again. Oh, well.
Ah, that was a good one. Failing that said, the reason why the Qixing were so eager to resolve the incident and stop pursuing the culprit, I hinted as much to the adept. How did I accomplish that, you ask? All right then. Was there anything else? The time of the adepti has lost. Qixing is absolutely right in saying. Now, though I did laud Ningguang's desire for power, believing this to be a good thing, and thought as a matter of course that she must have been behind the Qixing's plan to take governing power. Could the original person who brought up the idea of seizing power have been... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
That's right. Zhongli, now that you... Since Morax is... Also, isn't the Golden House the only mint in the entire continent? Will it even continue to work?
The Mora present now will not vanish. But the Golden House will indeed have to cease operations for a lengthy period of time, since creating Mora requires the use of the Geo-Archon's power.
Interesting.
This is terrible! We're all about to run out of Mora! The world is coming to an end!
Yes, this is indeed a major issue.
They're just
from
gonna find a different thing to pay with.
Well, I suppose we'll just leave such troublesome matters to the Liyue Qinxing to debate.
Yeah.
Then, did you at least set some private funds aside for yourself?
Oh, a private fund. This does seem like a good, logical, common-sense idea. It's a shame.
What's a shame?
It's a shame that I didn't think of it at the time. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
Nothing else.
Well then, I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation. Have patience. I suspect that some serendipity must first come into play.
Wink, wink. The new star approaches. Okay. And with that, I believe our travels and adventures in Liyue are done. I thank you all, travelers, for joining me on this journey. And yeah, let me know, what do you think about the ending? Did Zhongli made the right decision? Were Fatui not punished enough? I have my opinions on that matter, but let me know what you think down in the comment section below. And I'm gonna see you in the next chapter, whatever it's gonna be. It's not gonna be in Azuma. It's gonna be something else, so stay tuned for that. Until then, stay safe on the travels. Well, until then, stay safe out there.